Hey my darling love bugs, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Brianah Maybel. If you're an oldie coming back, then I love you. Thank you for coming back, sis. I love you, okay? Today's video is going to be all about my VSG experience up until this point. Right now, I'm 5 months post-op, and I have been getting so many messages from you guys about like an update. What's going on? Let us know what happened. How are you feeling? All that jazz. Because I know a lot of you are rather working towards getting VSG surgery in the waiting period. Like you have your 6, 12 months, however many months until you actually can lay down and go on the surgery table. Or rather 1 month post-op yourself and wondering, oh my God, when the hell can I eat some food again? So I prolonged it long enough. I'm finally comfortable to discuss this with you guys. It's gonna be a long one. Grab your tea, grab your snacks, grab your water, keep hydrated, honey. So if you wanna see what has been going on, my whole journey thus far with VSG, then just keep on watching. So I have my whole list of what I want to talk about with you guys right in front of me from month 1 to month 3 and then month 3 to month 5. I just want to put this disclaimer on this video. I am not the spokesperson for VSG, okay? No, everybody has their own experience, and before I tell you about mine, go for what you feel is right for your body. Learn about your body, because there's no type of physical in this world that equates to the VSG physical, okay? All the things you got to go through that I talked about in my previous video, plus what happens after, is just nothing compared, and you need to know the status of your health. Admission day. So my mother and my father took me to the hospital. My boyfriend met us there. It's basically really easy. You just sign in, give all your stuff, you say what you're keeping in your room so they can keep track of it. So we're sitting there for a good, I want to say an hour. My surgery was at 1 o'clock on August 13th, 2018. So about an hour goes by, the nurse comes out, and I have to say goodbye and go to my pre-surgical area, which is where you put on your hospital gown. You know, they go over the surgery. You meet the anesthesiologist. You meet the nurse who's going to be caring for you up until you go into the room and all that stuff. Did all the doodah, did all of that. And then, of course, they let my mother and my father and then my boyfriend come back as we waited for my time to get closer. The last person to see me was my boyfriend, and I felt so happy about that. I was actually wheeled into the surgical room. Honey, I was so high, I hardly remember this part. I remember going into the surgical room. I made eye contact. I seen him see me see him with my surgeon. His assistants are other surgeons that work in his office. So, you know, you feel kind of better knowing that everybody is able to do this surgery and that the people who are assisting him do the surgery themselves for their clients. I was knocked the out, okay? I was going. It was a done deal. When I woke up, I knew my lips was chapped. I couldn't take it. But whatever the case is, mama was high. I was high. I was up there. I was touching clouds, honey. I was touching the clouds. I woke up in the room, and the first thing the nurse asked me was how much pain I was in. And honey, I was at a 10, but I said an 8. Then they morphed me up, and I still was at an 8. And it was like, she's high as hell on morphine. We just gave her morphine, and she's still saying she's in that much pain. I was in that much pain, okay? I didn't feel like my soul left my body pain, but I was in this nagging, annoying, like, I can't describe it. It was pain, but it wasn't too much to where I wanted to cry. It was just so much that I was uncomfortable and I was squirming and everything was irritating me, like just irritating me. And my dad, he is so funny. He is a prankster. He is a playful man all the time. So me being uncomfortable and him wanting to play, it did not mix. I was catching attitudes with my father because he was just doing the most for me, okay? He was doing the most. So that was surgery day. I stayed on an 8 the entire night. You know, through the night, it's the hospital. They're going to prick you. They're going to pry you. They're going to check your levels. They let me stay in bed a couple hours on the first day. By that night, they tried to get me to walk, but it was just too painful. And I kept saying I was still at an 8. So they just let me lay down, right? Because my surgeon told me it was going to be 2 days. My surgeon said it was going to be 2 days in the hospital. So the next morning, I was up. 5 o'clock, I was up. They were like, you need to walk. And I was like, you right, I do need to walk because I want to go home. I did have my own room, and that felt amazing to be by yourself. You have your own private bathroom, you know, your nurses come in, your family comes in. It's a huge room. So they had more than enough space to like be with me, and that was great. I was happy that there wasn't that many patients on his list in August, so I didn't have to worry about that going into it. But if you do get it in a popular month, you might have to share a room. But for me, not at all. I had a room. I had it by myself. It was beautiful, honey. It was beautiful. The thing was, I was not able to get my liquids down. I had the hardest time, you guys, the hardest time just drinking my water and drinking my broth and getting down your liquids because you can't eat. Like literally, even though you've been on this 1 week, 2 week diet, mine personally was a 1 week diet, you cannot eat. You have to go directly onto your liquid diet. You guys, you will never struggle drinking or eating something like you do after you have weight loss surgery. It was a struggle. People are not lying. I am not lying to you. It's very, very hard to drink and eat. Okay, I can't stress that enough. So let's go on to months 1 to months 3. My plan was no solid foods for 8 weeks. Now here is where the problems came in. So I still couldn't eat when I came home. I was starting to frail away. In other words, like I was bad, you guys. I took a long social media hiatus. I took a hiatus from you guys because it was bad, okay? I couldn't come up here and give you your month 1, your month 2, your month 3 updates because I wasn't doing good. It was a week of my approval for solid foods. And the problem was that I was experiencing tingling or numbness in my legs, in my lower stomach, and in my feet. I was blurred vision. It felt like I had vertigo. I had about 2 panic attacks from month 1 to month 3, if you want me to be completely honest, because you have to realize that your stomach is smaller. You can't have what you love. You aren't able to eat, and you have to stay positive. I work a full-time job, guys. So I got approved for 6 weeks, and even after my 6 weeks, I still had to be out for another 2.5 weeks. So I'm actually another 3 weeks. So I was actually out of work from August 13th till the middle to end of October. I had 9 weeks out of my job in total. And that's just something you want to consider. Like, you want to consider everything. The day I went into the hospital, it was like my last straw. I was tired of not being able to deal with it, of feeling that way, of my family saying you don't look good, and the depression set in and the anxiety set in, and it was a lot to go through. I went weeks without talking to my friends and my boyfriend, and that's not okay. It felt good to know that they were supporting me anyway, and they understood that I was going through something. So I went back into the hospital on October 9th, and I stayed there until October 12th. It was so bad, you guys. Like, we're just gonna tell you, it was so bad. I had 2 IVs and 2 bags of potassium in me, and I could not use the restroom. Went into the emergency room at like 8 o'clock at night. I could not go to the bathroom till 11 o'clock the next morning. That is too many hours without a bowel movement or any type of movement. I couldn't go. That's how dehydrated I was. I also had a lot, and I mean a lot, of vitamin deficiencies. I was missing B12, vitamin D. I was bad in my calcium, my potassium, my magnesium. All of that was just severely low. For example, your potassium level should be between a 3.5 and a 5.5 at all times. My potassium was at a 2.4, 2.3. So that's very, very bad. Okay, you need to take care of yourself. And if ever you feel, even if you are going through VSG, like you are just doling away and you're depressed, and go back to your hospital, go to your doctor and have him look at you, just do that, my loves. I can't express it. Like, your health comes first. And at that point, I was happy that I did go when I did go. I wish I had went earlier, but at least I went. Okay, so let's skip ahead. I am suffering from hair loss. From here and going back, like, my hair is thinning. It has been thinning out or falling out, like when I wash my hair. I've had a lot of hair loss. When I first started this whole process, before I went into the whole, like, going to the doctor and stuff, I was 260 pounds. My pre-op diet weight was 255 pounds, so I had lost 5 pounds. After your pre-op diet, but my week of surgery, I was 251 pounds, so I had lost another 4 pounds. So I went from 260 to 251 by the time I was on the surgery table. My first week post-op, I was 238 pounds, okay? So I went from 260 to 238 in less than a month, and it was awesome, okay? Week 2, I was 230 pounds. I will have this all below so you can keep up as well. Week 2, I was 230 pounds. Week 3, I was 222 pounds. And then after I left the hospital in October, I was 222 pounds. So that's just to give you a little bit of detail. Like, I have it all written here kind of weirdly, but that's just to tell you guys that. And then October 30th, I weighed 224 pounds. So I actually gained weight when I was able to start eating. And it was a stall. That stall went on for 3.5 weeks. By the end of November, by November 30th, I weighed 207. So October 30th, I was 224, and then I went to 214 when the stall like broke. I was 214, and then November 30th, I was 207. So overall, to recap, I was 260 before I started the process, 255 the week before surgery during my pre-op diet. The week of surgery I was 251, and then the end of November I had went from 260 basically, or 255 if you want to count that, to 207 in 3 months. The most I've ever like lost on my own was 30 pounds. So just knowing I went from 255 to 207 was just like a blessing at that point in time. If you are enjoying this video, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button and share this with your friends of friends. You know, just support your girl. Support me. Just saying. Well, I started losing more weight when December came around. I work retail, so December and January I knew were gonna be like horrible months for me. And even though you want to stay positive and be like, I'm still gonna be able to go to the gym, I'm still gonna be able to keep up with stuff, honey, it was a lie. It was a lie. I did great through Thanksgiving because I couldn't eat everything. I did great through the beginning of December, but that middle of December to the end of January, it was just like, what happened, Brianna? What? But the funny thing is, I still wasn't eating like disgustingly. By December 1st, I was 207, remember from the last week of November. By December 21st, I was 198, so I had lost 9 pounds. And then by January 3rd, I was 194.8. And then by the 17th, I was 190.8. Right now, I am still 190. So if you want to count that as a small stall, you can, but I'm completely fine with that. Like, I didn't want to lose weight too quickly and look crazy, but I have lost a significant amount of weight if you go from 260 to 190. Like, that's beautiful in the past 5 months. At this time, November, I was going to the gym. I was doing really well. December, the first 2 weeks I was doing well. By the middle into January, I wasn't. Okay. It's only the beginning of February, okay? I looked and researched all these health gurus on YouTube and all these people who are actual trainers and live and breathe fitness. And I found a couple that I like. And I started following them on Instagram. And luckily, half of them actually post daily workouts or weekly workouts to their Instagram. So I'm able to save them. And when I go to the gym, actually manipulate them. Yes, it's a little weird. Yes, I feel very awkward every time I whip out my phone when I'm at the gym, but it did help me get used to the cable machine and to what I would be doing on the treadmill and free weighting. You know, it's kind of intimidating, but people go to the gym to work out. They're not paying attention to you, and you have to say that to yourself over and over and over again. During January, I actually started reading books that empowered me and actually talked about the universe and mantras. I started reading You Are a Badass, How to Stop Doubting Your Greatness and Start Living an Awesome Life by Jen Sincero, and it's actually read by her as well. I recommend this book to everybody. Like, you need it in your life. This is what it looks like on Audible. I also have purchased Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, the 21st century version. Just because these type of things motivate me and keep me going. My next book will actually be by starts with a J. J. Meyer. She does like daily devotionals, like New Day, New You. I'm actually going to purchase that so I can listen to that as well. But all these things actually keep great energy and positivity around me. I did go ahead and purchase a scale for myself as well to measure my foods. Did I use it in December and January? No, but I purchased it back in November because my friend Des, I'll link her Instagram below, actually recommended it to me. She is so awesome. Her and my friend Brenda, like, they are just the awesomest people in the world, and they have had weight loss surgery. So they know, like, as soon as I had it, they reached out to me and they were so sweet, and I just can't wait to meet them one day. But they're on the West Coast and I'm an East Coast girl, so we gotta make it happen, guys. We gotta make it happen. Meal planning works, okay? Meal planning is your best friend with VSG. And the great thing is knowing that you don't have to purchase a lot of food, and you have a lot of food for like a week and a half the time, you know. On your liquids, you know, you're supposed to get your electrolytes. I do try to drink 1 smart water a day, other than my regular water. And then, yes, I had to start drinking ginger ale because my stomach is very sensitive, and ginger ale is the only thing that can actually calm it down when I have those moments. But other than that, I drink water and ginger ale, water and ginger ale and Powerade, water and ginger ale and vitamin zero. Like, you get your fluids in. But this is just me being completely honest with you guys. I normally get the question, would you recommend VSG surgery to other people? Totally, without a doubt. Ooh. Sorry. I was able to achieve so much through this. I can cross my legs comfortably and unconsciously now. I can cross my legs. I couldn't do that before. I have way more energy half the time. I love that I actually have like a chiseled head. Like, I have a neck and a collarbone. Like, I've waited forever to have a collarbone. I don't remember the last time I seen one of these things. I comfortably fit in my boyfriend's arms. Like, it's so many different things. Like, I don't feel like I'm this close to my steering wheel anymore. Like, I can actually relax when I drive, and I'm comfortable. My feet don't lock up anymore. I don't get migraines, guys. I had migraines from the time I was in college, which was like my freshman year of college, to like when I had the surgery. I would have migraines once or twice a month, and they all lasted a week or a week and a half. It feels amazing not having to pop 2 Motrins a day just to get through the day. I am getting a little jiggly, a little extra skin, and okay, like, whatever, I will live, because everything that I have gained from the surgery is way better than the complications and the little things that I don't like, you know. So I will always tell somebody, if you are ready, go for it, do it, because the only regret I have, like everybody in the world says, is that I didn't do it earlier. It took me so many years to say yes that I just wish I would have went with it when I had the chance. Like, in all honesty, do it. Just go for it. What's holding you back? Just see what you can get away with. As Jen Sincero says, live your life thinking, I just want to see if I can lose 100 pounds. I just want to see if I can lose 60 pounds. I just want to see if I can start this business and I'll succeed at it. I just want to see if I can grow my hair another 4 lengths. What's the worst that could happen? Just see. Just go for it, you know? I'm just going to touch base on like my measurements and what that looks like now. In August 2018, I was a 50, a 54, and then a 50.5. I'm doing breast, waist, and hips, by the way. In October, I was a 47.5, a 41 in my waist, and a 48 in my hips. And then December, I was a 44, a 38.5, and a 46 in my hips. I'm sorry, a 46.4 in my hips. And I will leave what I am for January and February in my upcoming video. My goal right now has been reached. Once I hit Wonderland, which if you're not familiar, Wonderland means you are back in the hundreds, okay? I'm back in the hundreds. So once I hit Wonderland, like, my mind was blown. That was my biggest goal, was to get out of 200 pounds. And right now, my second goal, I make little goals and progress. My second goal is actually to get to 180 by the time May rolls around. So right now it's February, that's March, April, May, 3 months from now. I just want to get to 180 and see what I can get away with, okay? So my next goal is 180. I'm 190, that's just 10 pounds. And in my head, I know I can lose it in a month, but I don't want to frustrate myself and be like, oh, I only lost 6 pounds this month. Like, I'm going to work towards it. We're going to manifest it. It will happen. It's going to happen. I'm so thankful that it happened. And we're going to go from there. I feel like that was everything I wanted to talk about in this one update video. If you guys have any questions, just leave them down below. If you want to do a Q&A with VSG with me, you can do that as well. If you want to share stories, like, definitely do it in the comment section. If you had complications, if it was smooth for you, how do you feel? Talk about it in the comment section below. Let's engage with each other. Let's talk and support each other. Of course, my social media is down below, so you guys can follow me and actually keep track of me. I do have an Instagram. I do use that to show like what my body looks like and how I style pieces over there. So go ahead and follow me over there. I love you guys. You are beautiful. You are happy. You are gorgeous. You are manifesting. This is your year. So be safe, be happy, and be you. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.